Julie, I'm very happy to be able to join you here and have a little chat after this very inspiring talk. There's a lot that I could dive into, but what I was wondering about listening to your story, and we tell you to live your dream. If you look at what you created with Ariadne Innovation and with Ellie, and you really think beyond the startup that it is today, what is it that you dream will happen with Ellie?
I dream that she grows up, just like my daughters, into a purposeful network of about 5,000 companies to create really the impact and the change that we want to see, to grow into a European network, a global network, and to really, get that feeling of cooperation, collaboration in the industry, which is missing today, which is so important to build our purpose.
Definitely a bold and purposeful vision, and I very much liked, so that title that you gave your talk. Another bold statement that I heard you make before, Julie, when we were talking, is every entrepreneur should be a social entrepreneur.
Yes, that's true.
What do you mean with that?
I think today there's a really big line between, entrepreneurship and social enterprises. But I believe that every company should have its purpose, and that every entrepreneur, next to acting in terms of an economic purpose of growing his company, should also think about what impact do I have on society, so that the impact of social entrepreneurship, social profit goes away, and that every profit becomes a social profit, because this is the only way where we can advance our society towards the good direction.
How challenging is it to actually do that? I mean, it sounds great, it sounds wonderful, nobody can have anything against it. We all want to be that purpose-driven company. On the other hand, there is the reality of cost increases, inflation, looming recession, all of those issues. How challenging is it to continue on that path while facing all of these challenges in the world at the same time, which force you sometimes to, make choices?
Yeah, I think it's a huge challenge today. It was a challenge during COVID, but today as well. I think first of all, I got a lot of doors in my face because people didn't just understand or feel the need for impact. So this is the first thing. I think secondly, we are heading towards a recession. A lot of research has been done on what price consumers are willing to pay for a sustainable product. It's about 16%. Which was linked to research from ABN AMRO. I think 16%, if you look at the cost structure today, is not feasible.
Not feasible.
So I think social entrepreneurs or entrepreneurs with a purpose today are having a tough time, because you need to convince your customer, your personnel, your employees, your ecosystem, that you're doing it for the long term.
You worked for Archer Doolittle, so I guess those are all options that the students sitting here in the room are thinking about. Should I go into consulting? Should I go into a corporate life? Should I become an entrepreneur? Do I want to be an intrapreneur? Tell us about that journey and what you would advise to the students sitting here today and starting their Vlerick journey.
A little bit of everything all rolled into one. I think for me, the most important thing after I graduated from Vlerick was really to fill my backpack. When I graduated from Vlerick, I did not, or my goal was not to start in the family business at that time. I had other opportunities in strategic consulting, where you have the opportunity to really, work on a lot of different projects, a lot of different industries. It just learned me how to do analysis, which is a really strong skill that you need today in any job, in any case. Then I returned to Barco, which was a corporate where I learned, how to work for a boss, because when you start in family business, okay, I had a boss, he was my father.
That's different.
Now my boss is, I am my own boss as well with the startup. But, working in a professional structure was really important, because now I'm using it in my own family business, which is an SME, but still you learn from that professional business as well, also about innovation, technology, and what can it do. And I think the family business, I think it was clear today. I have a heart for textiles. Maybe I realized it a little bit too late, but I love the business and the challenges there. But there was something inside of me that needed to jump, that needed more impact, which is why I created Ellie. Ellie was inside of me, I think, for a long time, and I think I just wanted to journey of tasting something, building something from zero, from scratch, and seeing the impact that it brings. So it's very diversified, and there's advantages and disadvantages to every choice. But I'm very happy of the career track I had.
That's very clear from the genuine enthusiasm and the passion that we see. You also, one of the key messages that you gave to us this evening was to connect. I also really know you as a person who connects, who spends also time in doing so, being active in different networks. Tell us about why do you find this so important, and why you invest time in making those personal connections in lots of different networks and basically being engaged.
Yeah, I think it's so important. And whether or not it's when you're young, whether it's in the Scouts or in the student club, because my first network experience was in my student club in Leuven, and then at Vlerick, I sought to see the benefits of meeting people, of sharing stories, or of getting continuous education as well, of listening to stories. But so by feeling the benefit of networking, I just continued putting time into it and being enthusiastic about it. And definitely, I talked about, agility and resilience. I mean, the Vlerick network during these difficult times, during COVID with the startup, it really kept me going, because you can exchange with your fellow students, fellow entrepreneurs, and this is an undervalued aspect of a network as well.
Yeah, networking as a source of resilience and personal resilience.
Indeed.
Yeah. Okay, well, thanks a lot for your insights. I also want to turn to the room for questions that live there with our students and our audience. And let me see where the mic goes first. Over there, please introduce yourself and whatever you want to ask, Julie.
Hi, Julie. Shruti here. I'm from India, and I'm a full-time MBA student at Vlerick. First of all, thank you for being here today and enlightening us with your knowledge and your experiences. The question that I have for you today is, a decade from now, how do you really see the role of technology shaping up the textile industry?
Interesting question. I love India, by the way, as a textile country as well. Don't get me started on innovation. I think when we talk about technology, there's both hardware and software that we can talk about. When I talk about our story, circular economy, recycling technology, innovations there will be very important to really scale the recycling business. When you look at the textile fabric itself, I think you talk about smart textiles being a benefit to health, for instance, metering different types of parameters. But you can also look at the business model. Traceability, transparency is so important. There's a lot of development based on putting tracers in textile products, using the blockchain technology then to trace the origin, the transparency I talked about, the the blockchain to tell where your product is coming from or where it has been. But also, you know, in these digital ecosystems, as I explained with my tech startup, Ariadne Innovation, where you can use technology as well to just, you know, network, share, connect. These are, I think, the most important drivers.
Hi, Julie. Nice to meet you.
Hi.
Thank you very much for being here today. My name is Rui Pereira. I come from Portugal, and I'm just starting my journey in the MFM program, just like you did a few years ago.
Good choice.
So my question is related to entrepreneurship. I'd like to know which advice could you give to someone who is looking for starting their own company, which I think many of us here today would like to do one day, maybe. Thank you.
That's great to hear. So I wish you all a lot of luck. I think advice for me personally, first of all, be your authentic self. That means when choosing a business, if you have not done so yet, look for something that you're passionate about. This is really important. Fill your backpack, even if you decide to start your own company immediately, make sure, you know, you stay educated, lifelong learning, I think that's very important. Reach out to a network. I think I already mentioned that today as well, but it's so important. I mean, if you want to start a company, just, you know, reach out via LinkedIn to other entrepreneurs who can guide you. I think I have been able to do that a lot, and now I'm enjoying young people who are dropping messages in my inbox as well. So people are always very happy to help, and just, you know, jump and go with it. Enjoy the moment, celebrate small successes, even if it's your first customer or your first payment of your first customer, which is more relevant. Cash is king. That is something that you learn at Vlerick as well. Yeah, I would say just enjoy the ride and don't forget to network.
Julie, I am afraid, though, that after this, your inbox will be quite full.
Yeah.
But you did extend the invitation, and thanks a lot for accepting our invitation to be here with us tonight and be our keynote speaker at the opening of the academic year. Let's give her a warm hand, Julie Lietaer. Thank you.